I am Sheila Richburg, college program coordinator for Career Communications Group. First of all, I just want to give you all a chance to each one of you to introduce yourself and to say what school you're coming, so we can all be on the same page. Please, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Dennis Aguirre, Dillard University, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Good day, everybody. This is Dr. Ivory Berry, and I am with Howard University College of Engineering and Architecture, HU.
Welcome.
Yeah, hi, I'm Bernice King, Drexel University, but I'm here for the Greater Philadelphia Region Lewis Stokes Alliance for Minority Participation. We're a 9-institution consortium, and I was invited by Dr. Laura Stubbs, who's trying to currently get on because she's one of our institutions.
Right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Susan?
Hi, my name is Susan Ebra. I'm a current PhD candidate at the University of Chicago.
Okay. William?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is William. I'm currently a student at Florida International University, and I'm the senator of our NSBE chapter at Florida International University.
Oh, yeah. FIU. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Do we have anyone else? All right. Well, first of all, I want to give you the purpose of this meeting. We're here today to give you some value information about the conferences that are coming up and that we would like for you to share with your students. This session is also being held in STEM City, which is our college coordinator suite. How many of you joined through the college coordinator suite or just through the link? You did, Dennis? Okay, wonderful. And that's a good place. And any additional meetings we're going to have in the future, we would like to use this forum and this venue for that, right? So that's what we're trying to do, because we want to get as much, people involved, going to STEM City, navigating the site and getting involved and see some other things we also have to offer, okay? All right. And we also use that, for meetings. We also use it for networking and just to get, stay in touch with you all, okay? You can also access the Women of Color and Bay of STEM DTX platforms from here. If you have any questions while we're in this session, you can please drop them in the chat and we will answer them as soon as we can. Now I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Mr. Carter, so he can introduce himself.
Thank you. Good afternoon, coordinators. I am Rod Carter, the recruitment specialist at Career Communications, or CCG. CCG is a digital media company located here in Baltimore, Maryland. As many as you know, we host 2 large conferences each year. The Women of Color Conference is October the 3rd through the 5th this year. The Becoming Everything You Are, or BEAR, is February the 13th through February the 15th of next year. Both conferences offer an experience for college students to gain professional skills, expand their professional network, land a job, and engage with a community of like-minded peers. So let's watch a short video about the Women of Color Conference.
It was wonderful nuggets, practical nuggets of how it is that you make it happen and you make it work. Just really gripping things that you can take with you and incorporate.
I got a chance to really talk to a lot of the professionals and really get a chance to know what it's like to actually be in the industry and really multiple industries. And I also got a mentor.
great to really go over the difficulties that women face in STEM fields and just hear from professionals and hear from other students like myself about the difficulties and how to overcome and still be successful in these fields.
This conference helps them motivate them and realize like what their focus is on and what they want to do. And that helped me too, like being in class with all guys and coming here and meeting other women who are feeling the same way helped me like realize what I want to do.
I was really happy to see other women, older, younger, who are looking forward to make the world a better place.
We're learning a lot that we can take into our lives. This is the place to be.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ashley Turner. I'm the University Relations Development Manager at Career Communications School. So of course, when is the actual conference? Of course, it's October 3rd through the 5th. Where is it going to be at? It's going to be in Detroit, Michigan at the Renaissance Center, at the Detroit Marriott. So sorry. My main focus here is to just make sure that you all have all the tools that you need and information. So I want to really focus on the preparation and the jobs featured. So preparation, I would say the best thing to make sure that you are successful for the Women of Color Conference is going to be to make sure you have good engagement with your students. You want to really go on our website and overview the seminars that will be happening, as well as the different tracks that we have, to make sure it actually aligns with the students that are going to be participating. I do understand that this is a STEM focused conference, right? So of course, computer science majors, mechanical engineers, chemical engineers, those are definitely all great, but don't forget to like not actually leave out like your business majors, supply chain management, things of that nature, because they do have opportunities here at the conference. I'm going to do my best this year to make sure I communicate more with you all to make sure that you're better prepared of what majors are going to be focused on at the conference. And when I say that, I mean who has like the most job opportunities at the actual conference. Because I know sometimes we see like a lot of students come, sometimes they're like nurse majors, and it's not a good turnout for them. But also I think another thing that will help the students is networking. So if you do have any networking skills that you can't enable like your students before they actually come to the conference, that's going to be extremely helpful, because I don't get a chance to talk to all the students, right? And when I say that, what I mean is these companies, they're big that come in. So like a Lockheed Martin, the General Dynamics, Huntington Ingalls. So when their recruitment teams come out to the conference, they're only representing a handful of their business units. So all the jobs are not going to be like advertised like at the actual conference. So it's important for them to network so they can figure out, hey, like which business unit do you represent? Like, do you guys like need like any nurses, like, you know, on site, like at like a plant or on campus or something like that, because they definitely do have those type of roles there. And I just know that all the students don't know that, and they don't take that initiative, and sometimes they're just scared. So I think that will help you guys with better preparation, as well as I want to give you like the date of a peak time that clients actually review resumes for the students for the upcoming conference is going to be August 19th through September 23rd. That's like the sweet spot that I actually have completed the majority of my meetings with clients, and they're actually like in the midst of like sourcing through resumes and scheduling interviews. And then another key factor, I think encouraging your students to make sure that they research the companies that are actually attending. We make sure to do a really good job in posting the clients that are participating, because I know a lot of students, they get like really headstrong when they see Google. They're just like, oh, Google, they're doing software engineers when they do other things as well. So I think that's pretty important to understand, as well as not always focusing like on the big companies, right? Like an Apple or a Google, Unilever, or even like smaller organizations that might come to the actual conference. They might have other opportunities that they don't know about. So I think doing the due diligence of the research will help enable more opportunity for your students. So if you guys can, encourage there. As well as utilizing connecting with employers, not just on site, just waiting. I think utilizing the conference app as well as LinkedIn is very useful. So if you could encourage them to actually come to the website, I know a lot of times we have like who's going to be speakers. They can connect with them on LinkedIn, as well as our conference app for women of color and BEA. Everybody has a profile. So they can definitely connect with them on LinkedIn to figure out what opportunities they have, or just connect and just to network and build their network. Jobs featured, we're definitely going to make sure that we have that highlighted on our job board once we do have active jobs. And I'm going to do a better job at communicating that with the college coordinator so that you guys have access to it. But we already have things in place where we do have e-blasts. Once your students are registered, they will get all communications that are sent out to attendees, especially for jobs and any type of opportunities. They also are privy to special opportunities when a lot of the clients are having different events before the actual conference or events at the conference that is invite only. So they will be getting those communications. Interviews and on-site hiring. So I have a lot of meetings with them. So of course, like I'm privy to that knowledge. So I'm going to make sure to curate a list so that I make sure to share with the college coordinators that you guys know who are actually doing active interviews on site, as well as who has decision makers on site for actual hiring. So I think that might help increase productivity, not only for students, but also for clients. So I think that's going to be a win-win. So I'll make sure to get that to you all like in a good amount of time. Worst case scenario, I know some clients, they have POC changes. So things do get shaky sometimes, but if anything changes, I'll make sure to still communicate that, even if it is like last minute or on site. And I believe that's all I have because I don't have any additional information as of right now. But I'll make sure to get any communications once I start curating material. I'll make sure that it gets out to you all in the timely fashion.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. And next we'll go to Eric Price.
Thank you, Kwan. Thank you, Ashley. So everyone, I'm Eric Price. I'm the conference manager as well as the person who writes the seminars and workshops for the college students. Seminars and workshops are designed to prepare students for the workforce by targeting their soft skills, negotiating, networking, professional presentations, resume writing, so on. Your students will have access to this conference, to the seminars throughout the whole conference. So we encourage your students to come down and take advantage of all the resources available to them, networking, finding a mentor, any kind of professional development opportunities they may have, or any type of questions. And also just wanted to give you, I believe Kwan is going to drop into the chat a Calendly link so that if you have time you want to schedule with someone, please take advantage of that opportunity yourself. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Sheila.
Thank you, Eric. Now, many of you have attended a BEA conference. Some of you have attended a Women of Color conference. Some have attended both. Just know that we want you to attend all of our conferences, both of the conferences, if you can. Both of them have a unique things that we offer at each of our conferences. Women of Color is a smaller conference, but it's more intimate than BEA. As you can understand, BEA 2024 was huge. And I think you all had a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Dennis?
Yes, yes, it was great.
Yes, we had a really great time.
It was fantastic.
70 students.
Okay. Ooh. So I want you, so all of that you know, all that you got out of Bear 2024, we invite you to come to Detroit so that you could get the same, just a little bit different experience from women of color, okay? And in order to do that, you know me, I'm going to hound you throughout the summer, because I will do that, get you to participate. And the key to that is getting early. I know that many of you may not, your summers, this is the downtown time for universities, but it's not too early to start looking at, getting ready for the Bayer conference, okay? So if you all know, in my email that I sent you on earlier this month, and the reminder is the college coordinator guide. I do encourage you to complete your campus coordinator agreement. You can do that online. The instructions were in the email. And I just want to call your attention to a couple of the key dates so that they can stay on your radar, okay? First of all, the proof of travel is going to be the main thing that I need you all to get on. So that means you all going to have that, which is going to be due on September the 4th. Now, I think in my email, I said that, the conference students usually come in on Thursday or Friday. Just want to let you know that when they come Thursday, a lot of people now are coming in on Thursday instead of Friday. That's wonderful. But in order to do that, that's a first come, first serve basis. And that you need, if you're going to do that, I truly recommend that you commit to that as soon as possible, because we have a limited number of room availability on that for Thursday arrival. Okay. So that's the main thing about that. And as far as coming in and Thursday arrivals, whether Thursday or Friday, key to that is that you need to get in your confirmed travel, whether you're coming by plane, coming by bus, train, or automobiles. We need to have that, because I know as many times, as you know me, I say, I need your confirmed travel before I can allocate those rooms. We just do that. That's just a procedure. That clear? Everybody all right?
Clear.
Yes.
Okay. So that's one of the key dates. And the other one is for arrangements, hotel arrangements. We got to have that information, which means I'm going to need your rooming list by September the 16th. And I know that many of you will be just coming back to school beginning of August or the end of August. I know that's a pretty short turnaround time, which is why I'm asking you now to start reaching out to your students, because I know they have emails and they don't mind being bothered during the break, I don't think. But that's the best way. Best way. I know they bother me during break. But that's the best way to, to handle this in a timely manner, to ensure that, that we get the outcomes and you get the outcomes that that you want, as far as getting in early, getting that Thursday arrival, because I'm gonna tell you, that Thursday arrival has been very, very popular these days. So we want you to do that. Once you send in your rooming list, then you have to get your rooming list in by September 16th. Once I get your rooming list, then as before in the other procedure, there will be a spreadsheet I will send you, and you send me in your travel confirmation, you'll get another spreadsheet with the confirmations for the hotel. Same procedure that we did for Bayer, okay? Now, people who are going to be participating online or in person, the last day to register is September the 25th, okay? Now, we do have some flexibility on there, but we do encourage you to have your students get them registered as soon as possible, okay? Also, if you don't get, registered, but even virtual registration they get a little bit more time. Their last day to register, get the students registered, is September the 30th, okay? I've talked to you about the biggest thing about the travel and the importance of getting your confirmed travel into us as soon as possible. You'll learn a little bit more about that later. You'll get an email from me, with the links to where you would drop that information in, and that's what we will use to confirm your travel. To get your confirm your rooms and get your hotel arrangements out to you. Okay. We also have the following support resources on the website that you can use and you can communicate to your students. Of course, we have the College Coordinator Kit. The College Coordinator brochure is an electronic version that you can just share with the students with some information about the technical expo, that you can let them see what we're, what's going on. Also, I know Ashley says she'll be in communication with you to give you some information about the clients that will be, at the conference, which you can also share with your students, to generate more interest. Also we have the website. And also one of the other resources that I just spoke about earlier was that we are so excited about is the College Coordinator Suite in STEM City. And we just launched that, and we truly encourage you to utilize that. We may post messages in there. So, every now and then, just check. You never know what you're going to find. So that's an excellent resource. Also, we're going to have, some frequently asked question sheets. You'll find information about the schedule and who to contact. Okay. Again, please check. Well, many of you all have my email address anyway, because you'll see that in all my correspondence that I send to you. And you can also feel free to follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Okay. So, but that's my piece, but I do want to say thank you in advance for joining us. Today, I know this again is a downtime, but it's still, at the end of the day, to take your time to join us for this session. Okay, so questions. Not only just questions, any input. And that's one thing we didn't talk about. Input that you have to give us from your experiences, from our past conferences, maybe some things that, that you think may be needed to help us improve on our program delivery. I'm taking some liberties, Ms. Hurst.
Sheila, I did want to make the statement that Susan of University of Chicago is a great alumnus of us, because she was a student leader back in 2019. And when I made a comment about Bayer, she said, "Oh, I know about that." So she said, "Oh, we got to come. So Susan, where are you? Hampton. Where are you? What happened? But I want her to just share that experience, her development since 2019, where she is right now in her life, and why she wants to share this experience with those students at the University of Chicago.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know where to start. So, I finished my bachelor's degree in chemical engineering at Hampton in 2019, and then I came to Chicago. I'm currently working on my PhD in molecular engineering here, hopefully finishing up in May of next year. Yeah, so I've kind of been involved with, I did Baya, I think every year except my first year at Hampton. And then when Rod reached out to me about the Women of Color Conference, I was like, yeah, we got to go, because I know Baya was a very big experience for us, and that was the number one thing that we did every year. And I started the NSBE chapter here, and I've been trying to get them to go to a lot more events and experiences. So this year technically was our first year going to convention, the NSBE convention. And even though I'm taking a step back because I'm currently working on I'm on the conference planning committee for the upcoming convention for NSBE. I was like, this is one thing I will take on and make sure that they get to go to.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Now,
Anybody else?
not nothing, Howard. You know, what's up, Mr. Barry, Dr. Barry?
Not too much over here. I'm multitasking at the moment, but I'm definitely listening. We are excited about Detroit as well, so I don't have any additional questions at this time. But we look forward to supporting all of the conferences this year.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Because you were a Bayer person.
Mm-hmm.
We are a Bayer person, but we're trying to be more than just a Bayer person.
Thank you. Thank you, Ivory.
All righty. It's great seeing you all.
Anybody else?
FIU.
I'd like to say something. My name's Laura Stubbs. I'm from the University of Pennsylvania. We've been very active in going to Baya every year, but I knew Baya and women of color from my other life. So I'd been coming since before I retired from the Navy, as well as when I worked for the federal government. I'm also a Women of Color Award recipient. But it's been the pandemic caused me to push more of the virtual attendance. But I'm going to try to sponsor some. I want to sponsor some students to attend in person because this is what our students are experiencing here now. The job market has changed, and women of color and Baya happen relatively earlier in the year than many other conferences. So, but women of color, especially in the fall, need to hit it hard because I have students who have graduated this past May from the University of Pennsylvania and still have not found jobs. So that's different from a couple years ago when they had jobs, but then they were getting laid off in 6 months, and different from 7 years ago when I started at Penn, when there was that whole dynamic about being laid off, and of course it was pre-pandemic and all that when that happened. So it's a different world these days, and I see the job match and all of the exposure and workshops are much needed by the students to help them navigate their careers as they're preparing to graduate. Internships, full-time jobs, they need them both. Internships will help them get full-time jobs. So they need the whole kit and caboodle.
The workshops are so important. It's so often underrated reference to these conferences, but so often at a workshop, something might be said, all of a sudden lights a fire to someone. Also about the networking, you just had a workshop,
Yes, I mean, and how to negotiate, things like that. One of my students just graduated with a bachelor's and a master's in mechanical engineering, didn't have a job, came into the office just 2 weeks ago. So after graduation, here it was June, and she said, "Oh, I got a job, I think." Now they've offered me this, and I said, "Wait a minute, you just graduated with 2 degrees. You should be making some more money." So I said, "Let's do some role play and talk this through and things like that." And areas that you can hit in your background that can help you to negotiate to bump up, which she was able to do.
Oh, come on, Miss Dr. Laura. All right. What happened to William?
Anyone else? Mike?
I'm still here.
Be quiet. I understand you're going to be your school is going to be participating online this year, correct?
Yes, that's correct. We did participate online last year and the year before, and I'm going to work on this with some of our counselors and honors program coordinators because the college's new 5-year plan is increasing focus on student post completion success. So that means students transferring successfully to bachelor's programs and students going into the workforce. So I'm going to be working on that with some of my colleagues here at Montgomery College.
Mike, I do have a question. How did I know you said you did online. How did that work out? What was the experience for the students? Did they like it or?
I think that they like it. I've had feedback from several students who are engaged last fall, and I have the overall impression that the platform is maturing and becoming easier to use, which is a good thing. And what I did 2 years ago is I actually had sort of like what we advertise as a watch party in the what we have is called the Ignite Hub. So it's sort of a space on campus that is funded by Montgomery College, some of the nonprofits that are locally promoting learning coding skills across the entire community from, grade school and beyond. And then also Apple Computer has some funding involvement in that space. So having a place where students who, although they were participating remotely, were there together on campus. And I think that was created an interesting dynamic because I saw students, talking. If they were taking a break and grabbing some lunch in the break room, they were having some animated conversations about, who they are and what they're studying and what their plans are, because most of these students had not met in person before.
One of the things that's very unique about Montgomery College, Sheila, and Ash, you're probably aware of, they have given us the best numbers of community colleges over the last 5 years. And the beauty of it all, Sheila, one of the gentlemen came out of Montgomery College and actually graduated from Morgan State a few years ago. And he's doing very, very well as a civil engineer with the government. But he says going to Montgomery College set the stage for everything. So this is one of the things we're going to be working for more this year regarding community colleges. Ashley has started a great relationship with Mott Community College out in the Detroit area. We just want to build and build and build the community colleges because that has become a secret weapon regarding STEM.
And, thank you, Mike, for that feedback because, as you know, we offer the in-person and the online virtual piece. We would love to see you all in Detroit, but sometimes that's not possible. And I asked Mike that question because I wanted you all to get some information or some feedback on the value of even just participating online. Thank you again for that, Mike.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
I have a question. The conference is going to be held in the Renaissance Center. That's huge. That's a huge place. And there are many hotels, I think, that are connected to, right? And connected in and around the Renaissance Center. So you have an idea of how many students you can accommodate? Not that I'm going to bring that many, but
we'll make room for your students, Laura.
I mean, there's some nice hotels in the Renaissance Center there.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
We got you.
I haven't been to Detroit in many years since Nesby was there before the pandemic in 2019. So is Cobalt, what is it? The Cobalt, is that no longer there anymore?
They call it Huntington Place.
Oh.
Yes.
But the
Huntington Place.
The conference is in the Renaissance Center, though.
No, it's going to be in Huntington Place. The hotel.
It will be in the convention center.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. It's just got a different name now.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But you will be staying at the Renaissance, Marriott's Renaissance.
Oh, the Renaissance is nice, and then you can take the little people mover to the convention center. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's free now too.
I'm ready. The only thing is, I think that our fall break is coming up like that quick. You know, and trying to get students to do anything over fall break, they're like, oh no, Dr. Stubbs. I'm like, this is a free trip. Y'all better get your, well, I'm not going to say that. You're recording. Okay, thank you.
But also remember, we've had 25% men to show up to the Women of Color Conference. Hello.
Yes, I know. In fact, one of the fellows who I sent hadn't been doing so well academically at Penn. I don't want to say he was motivated, but He went virtually. This was the pandemic started. I sent a whole bunch of people virtually. I said, you go too. He graduated this May.
All
So,
right.
yeah, so and he loved it. And he said, thank me for the experience. Yeah, that's right. Men can go too.
We're in the process of doing a very unique video like we did last year regarding a band called Road Trip to Detroit. So I'm very excited about what's going to come out of this video, and I think it's going to catch a lot of people's attention.
Okay. Anybody else? Because I'm trying to be respectful of your time. I know it's the end of the day.
It's Thursday too.
Yes, no? Everybody good?
We good.
Again, I just want to say thank you again for taking time to join us for this college program information session. You will be hearing from me throughout the summer because, like I said, I will hound you to the end. So, but it's always a two-way street. You can contact me at any time. And I look forward to seeing you all in Detroit. Anything from my colleagues, any parting words that you would like to say?
Looking forward to seeing everyone in Detroit, like Sheila stated. And yes, she will be pounding you, and I will be right behind her pounding you also, because we want to see you in Detroit. So it'll be a special session this year, Women of Color.
All right.
Great. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all take care.
And it was recorded. We can send it back out to you so you can hear what you missed.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.